Stay clean even if you starve. Stay pure even if you're poor. Puck had heard that line far too many times. And honestly, he was completely done with it. If anyone dared stand in front of him right now and preach that sanctimonious nonsense, he'd gladly send that person to a sickbed for a few days. Some people were born into nobility, born holding everything that others could only dream about. Luxuries most people could fight their whole lives for, and still fail to grasp. Those people would never understand the suffering of someone like him, someone scraping by at the bottom, someone who had to literally fight just to eat, especially in winter, when corpses of the frozen lined the streets. And the city's educated elite walked by without so much as a glance. If Puck had lived by that morality, he would have died a long time ago. He came into this world a nobody, a child of the slums, tucked behind the sparkling central city, the very place where the colossal Albion dungeon lay. For all its splendor, the city cast a shadow darker than night over its forgotten corners. He still remembered the day 8-year-old him wandered near the main gate. The guards beat him bloody. A child, 8 years old, he barely clung to life until a passing noble tossed a little pity his way. From that moment onward, he learned one truth that shaped his entire life: money. Only money will never betray me. With money, I can live. With money, I can win. 15 years slipped by like wind. Each day he returned to the same street by the city gate, stealing from travelers to survive. Growing up in a place like that, becoming a thief wasn't a choice, but a natural result. He checked the pouch he'd just stolen. 8 silver coin. Damn it. Dressed like a king but carries lunch money. Barely enough for a meal. He poured the coins into his own pouch, tossed the empty bag aside, and returned to hunting for the next mark. Leaning in a narrow alley, he scanned the area. Merchants and travelers were ideal targets. Adventurers, though? No way. Armed, armored, often magically enhanced. Far too dangerous. To reach the central city, all had to pass through this busy road. Shops, carriages, races of every kind filled the space. The allure of Albion Dungeon was enormous. Adventurers streamed in endlessly, forming lines that could stretch across the horizon. Puck used to dream of joining them, of entering the dungeon, finding treasure, changing his fate. And truth be told, he trusted his own fists more than most. But dreams were just dreams. When you couldn't even get past the city gate, adventurer was nothing more than a fantasy. So he stayed here, stealing to live, gazing at the towering Adventurers Guild like a child staring at the moon. And then he saw her. A girl walked down the street, completely unguarded. Long black hair rippled behind her like silk in the breeze. A simple white dress hugged her form, and on her waist, a sword. Elegant, fine, light enough to be concealed, yet clearly precious. Worth more than he could dream. Puck's senses sharpened. Was she an adventurer? He followed quietly, studying her from afar. No adventurer's mark on her hand. Movements too graceful, too refined. A noble lady. Perfect. He moved closer, then gently bumped her shoulder. An innocent accident. Ah, she turned to him. Her eyes widened. Her expression froze. Have we met before? She asked, voice soft and strangely sincere. Puck blinked. That was his line. A throwaway flirt he used in taverns. He never imagined it'd be used on him. He wasn't ugly brown hair, balanced physique, but nowhere near the standards of a noble woman. And worse, he had just stolen her sword. One slip, and he wouldn't be flirting. He'd be behind bars. You're a funny girl, he said with a playful grin. But I'm busy today. Next time we meet, let's grab a drink. And just like that, he vanished into the crowd. Wait, too late. She stared into the empty street, confused. What is wrong with me today? She placed a hand on her sword and froze. It's gone? Puck ran all the way back into the slums. This time I've struck gold. He slipped into a hidden alley and pulled out the sword. He nicked his hand on the blade. It was razor sharp, but he didn't care. Silver metal, intricate runes carved into the blade and hilt. A name, Alicia, Olivia, definitely noble. He couldn't help the triumphant grin spreading across his face. He swung the blade experimentally, once, twice, 10 times. Each cut left a faint, shimmering trail. His swings were crude, wild, untrained, but natural, instinctive, a hidden talent, though he'd never realize it himself. Finally, satisfied, he headed to the only place that would touch an item this valuable. A shabby wooden shack buried in the slums. Ah, look who's here, the man in black grinned. Working hard, I see. Shut it. I might not come again. Why's the holy? Puck tossed the sword. It stabbed deep into the floor. The man's eyes widened instantly. Where did you get this magic sword? Stole it from some noble girl. What's a magic sword anyway? You idiot! This is a magic weapon. Just one of these could buy you a house in the central city. Puck's mind went blank. A house? Inside the city? So it's enough for my request, right? More than enough. Go pack. Meet me here at dawn. I'll get you inside the central city just like we agreed. A dream he had saved years for. Finally within reach. I'll go. The sword lit up. A burst of blinding light. So this is where you were hiding. A voice calm, cold, echoed through the shack. Alicia. Puck felt a full body chill. You idiot, the man in black snapped. You were being followed. I swear I lost her. The man didn't bother arguing. He bolted, carrying the sword through a secret passage. Stop! Alicia shattered the door with a single kick and stormed inside. She thrust her hand toward the fleeing man. The sword trembled, then flew straight back to her grip, dragging the man along like a limp doll. You two are finished. She shot Puck a cold glance, then focused on the man. He cursed and pulled out a small dagger. I quit fighting years ago. This is his fault. Alicia didn't care. She lunged. Her sword danced, graceful, yet deadly. Every strike radiating killing intent. The man parried somehow, again and again. 20 blows exchanged in a rapid blur. Puck didn't wait. I'm out. Enjoy your duel. He slipped past the chaos and ran. But the man wasn't done with him. Don't throw this mess at me. How was I supposed to know it's magic? 1 chased. 2 ran. Footsteps pounded against stone. But as they neared the main street, the man yelled, "Every man for himself." He grabbed Puck by the collar and hurled him straight back at Alicia. You bastard ub. Alicia, startled, reacted on instinct. A clean, powerful kick struck Puck in the ribs. He felt something crack. Air vanished from his lungs. Darkness swallowed him whole. By the time Alicia steadied herself, the man in black had vanished. Rage simmered in her eyes. She sheathed her sword and approached Puck. A slight nudge with her boot, no reaction. At least I caught one. Once I hand you to the guards, the other won't be far behind. She knelt, observing his face closely. He looks familiar. Then she frowned. No, that's ridiculous. A heavy sigh escaped her. Seriously, what is wrong with me today? She grabbed him by the collar, dragged his unconscious body behind her, and headed toward the main gate. And that is how it all began. A thief from the slums, a quiet girl with a sword that knows its master, and a chase through Albion that should have meant nothing, yet ended up changing everything. They don't know it yet, but their fates are already tangled, their journey already set in motion. A journey that might just shake the world. If you'd like to keep traveling with them, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, or share the story. It helps more than you think. And I'll be waiting for you in Chapter 1.